So I've been back playing the Division 2 a little bit recently, and I've been trying to get through the season as quick as I possibly can because I'm not too interested in it. Like, I don't want it to basically drag on for a long time. I would rather hit 100 as quick as I possibly can, get it over and done with, then I can just focus on what I'm doing on the game. So in this video, we are going to cover a Division 2 XP farm, the best one for SHD Levels, and this is also how to level up fast in the game. I'm not going to cover the DZ because not everyone wants to play in the Dark Zone. But if you are running the DZ, then go for the landmarks and stuff. That's going to get you a bunch of XP, and it's the fastest way in the Dark Zone. I believe there's still an issue within Conflict or something like that. I'm not entirely sure how that's working out. And then obviously, if you want to, you can play Summit or Countdown. The best farm in Summit was nerfed a long time ago. But Countdown can be really good for loot as well as XP. The same with Summit. The Summit gives good loot because you can pick which one, like which brand or which gear piece you're targeting. And then another thing you can do is you can run multiple activities in an area. You can take down invaded areas, the blockades and things like that. But the absolute best way I found to earn SHD levels, to level up fast, is by running public executions. There was an XP rebalance for open world activities not too long ago, and the public executions got buffed up quite a lot. In fact, they had a 46% XP increase. The propaganda broadcasts did get increased by 38%. The level 3 control point by 17, the supply drops by 30, and the blockades by 103%. But to find the balance of how long things are going to take and like what the XP rewards are for completing them, public executions are the best way to go. However, with public executions, there is quite a lot of travelling. You're not just going to be able to run down the street and find like 5 or 6 public executions in a row. The resource convoys are still quite cool to do as well, but I just feel as though the public executions are a lot better. But if you want to sacrifice a little bit of XP, like based on how long you'll be playing the game. So for an example, over 2 hours, you might get 35 levels out of public executions. But there are activities that will bring you close to that. So maybe 32, 33, but it'll be more actually playing the game rather than fast traveling and running around and things like that. There'll be a lot more combat and actual gameplay than what there will be traveling. So what you could do is specify a control point run, maybe focus on a single control point like Sleeping Giant, which is pretty close to a safe house. So you can just reset everything. It doesn't take too long to do that. Get back to the control point, take it over. Like, these are going to become tedious, but you're farming for XP. So I'd say that's quite expected. And you can obviously put on every single directive if you want to, but if you're running a skill build, I'd recommend not putting on the skill one. But the way I personally like to do it is I run my M1A and my Pestilence build. I stick it on Heroic, 4 directives. That way I've not got ammo hoarders, so I can still keep the ammo coming in. And for those of you interested in Sleeping Giant, that is a control point at the very top of Foggy Bottom on the left-hand side of the map. So you'd go to the attic, run down to Sleeping Giant, take it over, fast travel back, reset the control point, do it again. Another decent one which is close is the Cinder Block on the far right side of the map. It's over in Judiciary Square, and you have the last stop safe house near it. But also another thing you can do is if you go to the Capitol building on your map, the stronghold on the right side of the map, there is a control point outside there called Crash Site. And typically when you go to that control point, there are a bunch of other activities kicking off at the same time. So it all depends on your gameplay preference, what you fancy doing. If you get bored of control points, run public executions. If you get bored of public executions, run control points. You can do a bunch of random activities. It's entirely up to you. But personally, my favourite and the fastest way I've found is to actually just run public executions. And I highly recommend playing Heroic 4 directives unless you really want that extra 25% XP, which doesn't make that much of a difference, and will actually let you basically take full advantage of the build that you're running. If you have cool skills on, it's going to put one skill on cooldown when you use the other one. If you've got ammo hoarders, you have less ammo, ammo's lost on reload, enemies don't drop it, and it's also not shown on the minimap. Plus, if you've got Fog of War, ammo's not going to be shown on the minimap anyway. So personally, I run a DPS build. I've got everything on besides ammo hoarders, but obviously if you're running skills, I would do everything besides cool skills. And that is my guide on the best XP farm in the Division 2 for Shade Levels. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.